Peace, people. Welcome to the latest episode of The Rough Draft. I am your host, Kevin Alberto Sabio. And in this episode, I'll be talking about the art of rhyme. Thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of The Rough Draft. Little bit of a personal update. Yeah, I guess you can see the crutches behind me. I injured myself. I actually tore my patella tendon. So that hurt. That happened back in January. So I had surgery on it. So right now I'm just recovering, recuperating, keeping my knee iced and elevated, taking my meds when I need it. So personally, I'm doing okay. So getting better. So sorry that I've been out of commission for a little while, but yeah, I'm back on the ball. So as I always said, I'm on my literary grind. But getting back to the subject matter at hand for today's episode, I guess there are a couple of times where I've let people know about like my other artistic endeavors other than just being a normal author. For a brief period, I actually did want to be a music artist, so I wanted to get involved in being a rapper or doing any other type of music. Started when I was a lot younger. I mean, I was always a fan of hip hop music anyway. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really want to be a rapper until like maybe late high school years. I'd say somewhere middle to late junior year was when I really kind of caught the bug of wanting to be a rapper and be an LMC. There was like a lot of people from like the 80s and 90s who I was really into at that time. You know, obviously top of my list was Rakim at the time, but specifically when I was coming up, when I got interested, you had a lot of what would be called conscious rappers. So it was just like they were the ones who I was really wanting to emulate as far as like getting involved in rapping and whatnot. So that was the interest for me. I mean, I flirted with it, but I was never what I would consider a real rapper. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would write some stuff, you say a couple of verses. I would actually write a few couple of songs, but actually pursuing it, like other than fucking around in college for like class assignments or something like that, like I never really actively pursued it. I mean, it's just like, I mean, I knew people who were getting into the business and whatnot, but as far as me actually actively pursuing it, I try to do a little bit of something, something. For those of you who are familiar with my book, Fiesta Girl, I talked a little bit about that endeavor and what led to the publication, the eventual publication of that book when I first originally wrote it as a screenplay. So it's just like I briefly flirted, sorry, with becoming an artist. There was a lot about it I didn't like. Plus, we were starting to get into like the mid '90s, and so music started changing. Everybody wanted to be a fucking thug and gangster. So I was just like, nah, that ain't me. So I kind of got turned off from it. But the bug never really went away and never really fully died. So I mean, pretty much for me, I try to exhibit like my other artistic skills within some of my books. Just like if let's say if you were to buy a copy or read a copy or download a copy of say Raise Your Brown Black Fist to More Political Shots of an Angry Afro Latino. If you look into the second half of that book, I do have a number of poems and I have a couple of rap songs that are up in there that pretty much show my lyrical skills. You know what I'm saying? So that's one example of my lyrical skills. Another example is if you've actually sampled my book in my lifetime. So specifically after the first half of the book, specifically the second half of the book, where first half of the book is funny stories, and the second half of the book is basically just a bunch of like poems and songs that I'd written trying to show my artistic skills. Because I did say in my lifetime about how I did want to be a music artist. So I do talk about that in there. And in the second half of In My Lifetime is where I show various examples of me wanting to be a music artist. So I have a couple like rap verses up in there, a couple of full-fledged rap songs, and then also the new Latin swing style of music that I tried to create, which eventually evolved into Fiesta Girl. So that's something that's up in there. And also a little known project that I don't really talk a lot about is my poetry ebook, Spitting Lyrics and Waxing Poetic. So that's another project where It's a poetry book. Well, it's a book of poetry and rhymes. So it's a bunch of what I would say um, unreleased work. So like a lot of stuff that wasn't put in my earlier books, I put in spitting lyrics and waxing poetic. So I got verses up in there. I have actual rap songs up in there as well as full blown poetry. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I've always liked poetry. I've written a number of poems over the years. Mostly, I like writing love poetry. That's more what my thing is. So I would write that specifically if I was trying to holler at some young girl when I was in college and high school. So that's what's in that particular project. But still, the few verses and songs that I put up in there actually do show my lyrical skill, like I was saying. And then finally, like the last project that really shows what I wanted, my lyrical skills is Fiesta Girl. So with Fiesta Girl, it's not so much about rhyming, but it's also like full-fledged songs, like first verse, second verse, chorus, you say, and then if there's a rap verse involved in there, that kind of again, it explains my artistic expression as a lyricist and even as a songwriter. You know what I'm saying? So basically, for me, that's pretty much the art of rhyme. So I'll let you boy. Hopefully you enjoyed this particular episode of the Rough Draft. Hope you really are interested now in furthering sampling some of my other works. So if you are interested in sampling some of my works, my novels, and my other books, they are available in both ebook and paperback format. If you want to get them in paperback format, my books are available through Outskirts Press, Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles, Books a Million, Create Space. If you want my books that are available in ebook format, you know where you can go to get them, which is Kindle, Nook, Kobo, iTunes, Scribd, and internationally through Tendolino and Viblio. Most of my works are available in ebook format to libraries, so you know where you can go to get them. Overdrive, Hoopla, Baker and Taylor, and Biblioteca. If you are watching this video on YouTube, definitely like it. Please subscribe. You know, say definitely share. Do what you gotta do. Press the notification button and follow me. You know what I'm saying? Just support your boy. You say hi to the channel and support it. Thank you very much for paying attention to this particular episode. Basically, as I always say, keep the fist raised. I'm always on my literary grind. Please stay safe. I mean, I'm on the mend, as you can see, but also it's people dying from the coronavirus. I mean, even though we're getting like about three vaccines, it's like you got over like a half million people. That's like what 526,000 plus people. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay safe, people. You say keep your head up and see you on the other side. Peace.